one group of students which has been at the forefront of this protest, which we've seen assemble at India Gate, assemble at Jantar Mantar in the cold, braving lathis, braving the water cannons. They have come out there, and these have been the students of Jawaharlal Nehru University, and I believe our correspondent Simi Pasha is out there with those students.
Right, Sagarika, students of JNU have been spearheading this entire movement. They started that protest agitation on the 18th, 2 days after that rape incident. Protests that were started by these students actually then took on, captured the imagination of the entire country. We saw people from all walks of life taking days off from their work and coming out in the streets to show their resentment and anger and towards the apathy of the administration. People saying that they will not go back to their homes, not go back to their normal lives, not let the administration forget this as another mere statistic. They will not. They will keep this case alive in public memory. Today, of course, is a Saturday. They've organized a silent protest march to that bus stop from where that 23-year-old Braveheart was picked up and raped on that fateful 16th December night. They've been holding placards here. Some people have also come up with some flowers for a prayer meeting that will be organized in a short while from now. I have a couple of people here with me. An old JNU Students' Union president. She's now also a faculty member at the Delhi University. Albina, I'll start by asking you, what do you think is the best way to pay homage to that young Braveheart who's now no more?
I think in many ways this 23-year-old young student who's unknown became a symbol for the of aspiration of a lot of young women. Everybody identified with her, and with her terrible tragedy, all the young men identified and thought that it could have been them with that young woman that night. And I think so many people have come out. She has galvanized all of us with her bravery in just fighting her medical ordeal. She has inspired all of us, and I think the real tribute would be that the entire country has to change, the system has to change, suitable changes have to come in laws, in procedures, suitable changes have to come in society. We as people also have to look within, and we have to take this resolve that we will not allow such things to happen. We are so sad that even after this, more rapes have happened, more gang rapes have happened, more tragedy has struck, women across the country. So we want it all to stop, and I think if we can do that, that's the only tribute.
In fact, 25 more rapes were reported from across the country in that week, during which we saw angry protests in the capital. Albina, you're talking about the need for change here, change of mindsets. The big takeaway today should be, the focus should be on what we can learn from what's happened here, what happened to that young girl, an unsuspecting girl. She was traveling with a male friend. It wasn't very late in the night. What really happened? What do you think are the big lessons that the administration and people, the citizens, can learn from this?
See, I think the big message and the lesson for all of us today after this case is that the rapes that are not only happening, taking place, but on increase. So we have to see that it should stop, it should not be there. And as far as, it's not only the responsibility of the citizens to stop the rape cases. We know that it's a patriarchal setup, but it's not that only citizens are patriarchal and the Indian state is very progressive. It's a very Indian state which is patriarchal and Hindu fascist state, which is, the Indian army is raping women in Kashmir, in Manipur, everywhere. We know Soni Sori, who raped her, Ankit Gar. It was a custodial rape and he was awarded Gallantry Award. So it's the Indian state first, which needs to be changed, the way they function and the way the kind of models they are giving to the citizens. If we have models like Ankit Gar, and if we have models like Kupwara in Kashmir district in 91, hundreds of women were raped by Indian army and the case was nowhere. So we need to see that all this should stop. The Indian state should not behave like this. And the second thing is, now we are going to have 26th January march now. So I think we need to boycott this Republic Day, because Republic Day for whom? If women are being raped on the streets of the capital, whom are we going to project as an independent state? Are we really independent? We are not. Women are being raped, Dalit women are being paraded naked everywhere. Nationalities, various nationality struggles are being crushed like anything, and rape is used as a tool by the Indian state to crush the voices of struggling women. So this is the message by Damini that has been given to all of us, that don't stop. Keep fighting and keep questioning and exposing the Indian state against this.